What is up, guys? It's Mega and welcome back to yet another video. Today, guys, I'm going to do a new updated version of my Numerons. Slightly different build because we are using a fantastic spell, guys. I can't believe I've slept on it for so long. Small World. Honest to God, it turns every single monster I'm going to show you in the main deck basically equals Numeron Wall. Apart from Panktops, the only exception to the rule. Everything else equals Numeron Wall. Like, that's how broken Small World is in this deck. So let me get into it, guys. At locals, I went 4-1 with this deck. I lost only to a Dino player because he played small. He played Lost World, so obviously I couldn't play under Lost World because he gave me a token. But other than that, broken, guys. Like, clapped everyone 2-0. Didn't really have much of a problem. So let's go through it. So of course we've got the 3 copies of Wall and then 2 Pathfinder. Now, just so we are fully aware, yes, I'm only running 2 Pathfinder, and it's a very strong chance I'm going to cut these 2 out for cross-out Designator, because Ghost Ogre is an absolute horrible card. The reason why this is I've cut this down is because Small World has kind of replaced Pathfinder. I mean, they're both Ashable, so it doesn't matter if they've got Ash or not. But Small World plays around Nibiru, because obviously you get access to Numeron Wall. That's 4 summons, they can't Nibiru you. If you did Pathfinder and then did your Numeron play, you're liable to get nipped. So Small World's kind of better than Pathfinder because it plays around nip, so obviously you don't full access to that. But nevertheless, today is still around 2. Like I say, it's a very strong chance I'm going to cut off cross-out Designator, but I will let you guys know when we get into that. Then we've got Panktops, just a great go second card. It's the only card that's not basically decent with Small World, just because of its kind of type, just because of its like level or attribute. But apart from that, really decent thing. Then we've got triple Lava Golem, triple Wind Kaiju. Now, the main reason we are running these is because, yes, Flunders is a card, that's why we're running the Wind Kaiju. Now, you might be thinking, Mega, how come then you're running the Lava Golem? Both of these 2 equal Numeron Wall with Small World. I'll get into some examples later on. So that's why we're maximising on 3. And also because like boards these days are getting really hyper degenerate, especially with like the new combo stuff with Branded. Really decent just to run 6 Kaijus and one of them outing 2 monsters, not just 1. And then handtraps, we're running triple Ash, triple Effect Veiler, triple Imperm in main. So just generic, hits every deck, near enough. Obviously, if you're going up against back row hate, side out for back row cards. Again, because of Small World, Effect Veiler and Ash Blossom both equal our Numeron Wall, just so you know. So, yep, so basically I say every single card is just basically great going first, great going second, obviously not going first, but just great, just generic good stuff, while just being fantastic Small World targets. So then we've got 3 copies of Numeron Network. Between Numeron Network, so far, between 3 of these, 2 Pathfinder and 3 Wall, we're already at 8 copies of Numeron Network. Still fantastic. Triple Calling. Now, I've always been saying you don't need 3. However, Ghost Ogre is now a thing. It hits every single near enough tier 1 deck, and it's just been reprinted the branded stuff as branded structure deck as a common. So everyone has access to Ghost Ogre, and Ghost Ogre alone kills us because you play the network's effects and the calling. They Ghost Ogre the network because the field spell has to be on the field to resolve its effect. You've basically lost a calling, and then you blow up your field spell. So that's why we're running 3, just to help us in case one gets blown up. You still have access to 2. That's why we're running 3. I still most think cross-out Designated just to help with the Ghost spell or Ghost Ogre shenanigans. But that's why we are running 3 calling. Otherwise, I don't particularly play it because realistically you want to have calling now in your hand just so you can play around Ghost Ogre. That's how bad Numeron has become now. Another Terraforming because it's another copy of Numeron Network. Then we've got 3 Small World. These another 3 copies of Network. So we've got 12 ways to get to Network already. 12. Really powerful. Really great. Small World, like I say, so apart from Panktops, like I said, every single monster I've shown, it goes into Numeron Wall, which plays around Nibiru. So what more can you ask? Then power cards, triple droplet, triple lightning storm. Just great power cards. Blows up back row. Just hits like pesky monster negates. That's basically all you basically use them for. Also, you can use lightning storm to hit monsters if you really like scared of the board. Then Wands of Lightning, Mystic Mine, Core by the Grade, Harpy's Feather Duster. Now I've cut Cosmic Cyclone out of the main to basically make room for Small World. And I've not really regretted that decision once because a lot of people are more playing monsters. Like boards, they're in the side deck, but back row heavy decks are kind of falling off a bit more. So that's why we're only running 4 back row heavies in the main, not 7. But yeah, that's basically it for the main deck. Cosmic Cyclone, so Mystic Mine, just a great way to outboard, just break boards because it forces your opponent to basically like just using the gates or cry. Going into the extra deck, guys. 2 of every gate. Acom, Devay, Tree, Katari. All you need. Just 2. Don't need to run 3 because you need your extra deck. Links are very important in the extra deck. That's all I can say. You don't need to run 3. Yes, running 3 calling, but again, that's just because of Ghost Ogre. So they all share the same effect. They battle a monster, yet double. Come destroyed in battle. What more can I say? Then you'll basically go into Link 4 or Link 3 if you failed the OTK. So you're fully aware. Then we've got one Shunya, because Shunya does come up every now and then. Not saying it comes up every single game, but it can come up if you want to burn your opponent, if you feel like you're going to win. Now, the links, really important. 1 Megaclops, 1 School Dread, 1 Avamax, 1 Underworld Goddess, Appaloosa, and then I'm running Griffin. The reason why I'm running these 6 is because it all depends on situation you guys to go into. So Megaclops, you're going up against an opponent that can't out back row, or sorry, that doesn't run Exceeders. Megaclops is their Antichrist. Sword Soul cannot out this unless they've got Droplet, Imperm, or Blackout. Basically, if you've already outed them, they can't out this with any of the synchros. Branded stuff like Vote stuff can't out this as well. Despia can't out this again unless they use spell or trap negates. Underworld Goddess just outs an opponent's monster while stopping graveyard stuff, such as like outlets using the graveyard stuff. Underworld Goddess stops. Avamax can't targeted by card effects, so against stuff like Sky Strikers, they really hate Avamax, and also it gains attack equal to any special monster it battles. Skull Dread is mainly there to fix your hand if you need to fix your hand, going first, because you draw 4, put 3 back into the deck. If you really need to fix up your hand, that's what you do. Appaloosa, basically a format Appaloosa, when you've like broken a board, made a format Appaloosa, there's a strong chance your opponent can't play through. Or going first, format Appaloosa is nothing to scare about. The new tech I've been testing is Nightmare Griffin. Nightmare Griffin's effect is all special monsters can not use their effects unless they unless they're linked. So if you make Nightmare Griffin, your opponent can only use the effects of special monsters that Griffin point to. Anything else, they can't play. So yeah, pretty decent. So it can shut down decks. It's still a bit of the 6th card is a bit of a weird area, but I found Griffin does come up more often than you think. And that's it for the extra deck, guys. Side deck, again, side deck is very local depending because it all depends on where you are in the world or how good or bad your locals is. So I'm running Freelancier. Hits Tri-Brigade now because Branded Tri-Brigade is now back in the format. Hits Thunderous, their tier 1. Hurts Tenji Sword Soul because it hurts the Tenji entire play. See what I mean? All has the uses. Hurt Eldritch as well. Free Ghost Ogre. Yes, we are also running Ghost Ogre. Hits a lot of just good stuff. Hurts Thunderous because it hits the field spell. Hits obviously the branded stuff. Links. Brave stuff. You see what I mean? Just alright, good. And also, if we are playing cross-out designator, this is going to get bumped up to the main because we need it for cross-out designated targets, and also it's just a very good card. Other hand traps we're running 2 Schoolmeister and the Ghost Bell. Right, this Ghost Bell should be a 3rd Schoolmeister. I just don't physically have the 3rd one, otherwise I'd run 3. Schoolmeister is, in my opinion, better than Ghost Bell. Because Ghost Bell can't hit cards if they banish for cost. So, Water Enchantress in grave, PK cards in the graveyard, you see what I mean? All that stuff that if opponent's card effect triggers in the grave, and banishes for cost, Ghost Ogre can't hit. However, if the effect triggers in the graveyard, Skullmeister stops it. And Skullmeister isn't once per turn. So again, any card effect the opponent triggers in the graveyard, Skullmeister negates. Doesn't matter if they banish for cost, its effect triggers in the graveyard, Skullmeister will hit it. Then we are running the triple Twin Twister and triple Cosmic Cyclone for back row heavy decks in case your effect veilers and imperms are useless. Side them out for this, then you're running 10 back row cards in your deck. Basically, just for back row when you go up against like chimp players. So that's the reason we're doing that. So guys, I'm going to quickly show you what I basically mean with how busted Small World is in this deck. Just 1 moment. Okay, go guys. So this is our Small World. Please bear in mind, apart from Planet Pathfinder, we're running every single card here on this board. Apart from Planet Pathfinder, we're running 3 copies of. So Small World will turn any one of these 5 cards into Numeron Wall. Let that sink in. Any one of these equals Numeron Wall just because of Small World. Absolutely broken. So choose Lava Golem as a prime example, right? Lava Golem is a level 8 fire. It's a fiend, 3,000 set, 2,500. What does that have in common with Numeron Wall? Well, Ash Blossom. It's a fire. It's a fire. Ash has 0 attack. Numeron Wall has 0 attack. So you go Lava Golem, Ash, Wall. You can do Planet Pathfinder into Pankatops. Pankatops has 0 defense, so does Numeron Wall. Goes into that. Also banishing that way, they both lose to Ash and you play around Nibiru, so win-win either way. The Kaiju. What does the Kaiju have in common? A Lava Golem, level 8. Lava Golem is a fiend monster. Numeron Wall is a fiend monster, so you can go from the Kaiju into Lava Golem into Numeron Wall. You can do Effect Veiler into Ash because they both have 0 attack. Ash goes into Numeron Wall because they have 0 attack. You can do Ash Blossom into Lava Golem because they're both fire. Lava Golem goes into Numeron Wall because it's a fiend. See what I mean? Any card combination apart from Pankatops with just this Small World equals you Numeron Wall. Like, that's just... It just turns any monster into Numeron Wall. It's absolutely broken, guys. So that's what I mean by Small World. It's not let me down. If anything, it basically won me 5 of my duels today. Just off the load, just did that, banished a card, Numeron Wall, opponent's like, yeah, game 2. Or, yeah, that's it. GG's. Just because of this. Obviously, yeah, if you don't have to run Small World, but I found it in testing, it's really, really powerful. I never regretted it. And if anything, it's just a better Planet Pathfinder because it works well with all your other monsters. So without any further ado, guys, take care. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. See you in a new one when I finish testing out our crossed out designator. Any further ado, hope you enjoy the deck, guys.